Okay, what are boundaries? Let's explore this. Your inner hell yes. Imagine you have a cup of water. The water is your energy. You pour that cup of water into an empty swimming pool, and the water will only be a drop. It'll be a tiny bit in the bottom of the pool. You pour that same glass of water into a pint jar, and the water will overflow out of that jar. It will fill the jar and it will overflow it. We want to keep our boundaries manageable so that our energy can fill the space that we've created. Now, boundaries teach others how to treat you. And first, you teach yourself how to treat you, and you set the example for others for how they can treat you. Good external boundaries start with good internal boundaries. When you cross your own boundaries by not honoring commitments that you've made to yourself or limits that you've set, you teach yourself that your needs and your requests are not important. In turn, you then teach others that your needs and your requests are unimportant. And often we end up feeling as if the people in our life don't value our needs, or that our needs often come last because we've designed it this way. And this is not to put shame on ourselves or criticize the way that we're doing it. It's only to recognize that it really does start with us, and we get to take some of that power back. That's empowering. Boundaries are an external symbol of our internal guidance system. So as we tune into our intuition, that internal knowing, we begin to get direction from that place within us that knows exactly what we need. When we navigate by this compass, we rarely get far off track because our guidance system brings us right back. So boundaries then become less about what we're cutting out of our lives and more about what we're focusing on and what we're choosing and what we're saying yes to. So I want you to pause the video here and go and grab a small bite of something to eat. It could be a piece of chocolate, an olive, a grape, a cracker, like a little one-bite morsel. So go ahead and grab that and then come back. When you've got that, I want you to stand with your feet hip-width apart, your feet firmly planted on the ground, with this morsel in your non-dominant hand. Your non-dominant hand is also known as your receptive hand, and it's a great hand to use when you are trying to feel into something. So stand, feet firmly rooted, this morsel in your non-dominant hand. I want you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Imagine yourself imagine yourself eating this morsel. Imagine putting this into your mouth and tasting it and chewing it. Don't quite do it yet, but I want you to imagine, what does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like on your tongue? What does it feel like as you swallow it? Does that feel good? Does it strike up any emotion in your body? So spend a moment here getting really specific on the details of what it would be like to actually consume this little bite that you have in your hand right now, and how that would feel in your body. As you're holding that clear image in your head, I want you to ask yourself, do I want to eat this now? Feel your body either lean forward toward this piece of food that's in your hand, or notice your body lean back away from it. And as you get that impulse from your body's wisdom, from its knowing, trust that answer and act on it. So if you felt yourself lean forward, want you to go ahead and put that in your mouth and enjoy eating it, really savor it. By the same token, if you felt your body lean away from that piece of food, I want you to set it down. And either way, I want you to thank your body. I want you to call up that gratitude for this guidance system that guides you so perfectly, that gives us a compass to exactly where we need to step next. And as you finish that, you can come back to sitting or however you were before this exercise. We're going to move on. We'll talk about the activity for this lesson. So the activity here, and this is in your worksheet, feel your hell yes. This involves the hell yes checklist. I want you to, as you do this, when you're ready, you'll open up your calendar to the coming week, and for 5 to 10 minutes, you can just spend 5 to 10 minutes on this activity. You decide, and you can even set a timer to make sure that you have a boundary around your time. And for whatever amount of time you decide, I want you to go through your calendar. And for each activity on your calendar, go through the hell yes checklist. So as you'll do this, you'll get standing and get your feet rooted, and similar to what we just did, take some deep breaths, get into your body, and then you'll imagine this activity that you have planned on your calendar. You'll imagine being in that activity, doing it, going there, seeing the people that you'll see, wearing the clothes that you'll wear. You'll imagine the environment, if it's inside or outside, what time of day it is, all of the details that you can call up around that activity. You're going to fully imagine being there and going there, and even leaving there, everything that it entails. And then you're going to ask yourself, do I want to go to this activity? Do I want to partake in this? Do I want to fill in the blank, whatever that thing is, and feel into your body and feel it lean forward or pull away. So as you do that, I want you to just make a little list. Which activities on your calendar do you get a strong yes about, where your body leans forward and you feel that, yes, I want to do this thing? Which activities do you get a no about? Which activities does your body pull away, or does your solar plexus clench? Do you retract from? And then the next question, what will you do with this information? How will you honor it in some way, whether or not you decide to actually go ahead with the activity? So, for example, when you are dealing with a small child, say a toddler, and I like to use a toddler example often because we all have a toddler inside of us. We all still have that aspect in ourselves, that child still within us. When you're dealing with a child who doesn't want to do something that they need to do, that you need them to do, you may honor their impulse. You might empathize with them. You might say, oh yeah, it's really hard to sit through this thing that we need to do. Or, gosh, I know you don't want to lay down for your nap right now. I get it. I hear you. You hear them. You empathize with them. You hear their needs and their feelings. You may even try to comfort them or make it easier. You might bring a toy to the meeting that they need to sit through. Or you might, with a small child, give them a pacifier for their nap, or a blankie to comfort them. So there are ways that we soften and we honor their needs, while at the same time still going ahead with the thing that needs to be done, so the nap or the meeting. And so for yourself, you can think about, I felt my no about this activity. I got this information from my body that it's not something that I want to do on a deep level, and I'm still going to choose to do this activity. So we make a conscious choice. And how can I honor my body's resistance to this? What can I do to soften that, or just listen to that and acknowledge that? And then once you've done your 5 or 10 minutes with your calendar, however many activities you get through, share 1 or 2 of your takeaways with the group. What did you learn about yourself, or about your schedule, or about your body's responses? You're going to learn about how your body speaks to you. And the more you use this tool, the better you'll get at understanding your body's language, and you'll be able to pick up on those impulses more quickly as you practice this. So then go ahead and comment on your buddy's post to give them some love, and maybe one other person to just show support, and enjoy this.